It's 10 p.m. Do you know what your kids did today?
For your next home, choose one of the Brazos Valley's most tenured builders, Oakwood Custom Homes.
Crews are investigating a fire at a Bryan apartment complex that affected several units. A look at how one local organization is giving back to our community this holiday season, and an update on impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump. This was the scene as crews responded to an early evening fire tonight at a Bryan apartment complex. More than a dozen units were affected, but thankfully no one was injured. As cleanup continues for both Bryan and College Station fire crews tonight, they say the cause of the fire is still unknown. The incident happened in the 3500 block of Plainsman Lane at the Onview Apartments. Around 6:30 p.m., residents called 911 when they saw smoke coming from one of the top floor units. Once crews responded, residents were evacuated and the fire was contained. Neighbors who weren't evacuated say they noticed the fire happening behind their apartment.
I smelled like something was burning, and it was a strong scent, and I come out here and I see a huge cloud of smoke.
A bunch of fire trucks just came in, and when you look at the apartment over there, there was just a blaze on the roof of the apartment.
We're told more than a dozen apartments could be affected by water, smoke, or fire damage. The Red Cross was on scene assisting those impacted by the fire. Officials say it was unclear if anyone was living in the unit where the fire started. It's that time of year where giving back to our community spreads across the Brazos Valley. News 3's McKenna Rodriguez stopped by A&M Church of Christ this morning as Aggieland Rotary Club prepared Thanksgiving meals.
Every year, the Aggieland Rotary Club gives out Thanksgiving baskets. This year, more than 400 boxes were filled with turkeys and other items fit for a Thanksgiving meal. Volunteers like Katie Dempsey came out Saturday morning to lend a hand.
I was tasked with the stuffing, the cornbread stuffing, which I think is a staple at every Thanksgiving dinner.
She says it's an honor to give back to the Brazos Valley.
The Brazos Valley is such a special place. You know, I have received so much both personally and professionally that I like to serve where I can. I like to give back.
Dempsey helped out last year and says she didn't think twice when volunteers were needed this time around.
I myself am not a part of the program, but I know that they do wonderful things for this community, and I heard they needed to get this thing done. They wanted to serve as many families as possible for Thanksgiving, and I said, what do you need me to do?
Aggieland Rotary Club President Fred Patterson says the tradition has come a long way, and it's all thanks to the help from the community.
We started this program over 15 years ago with just 12 baskets, and now we've grown we've done as much as 500. Today's goal is 470.
Dempsey says there's no better way to get in the giving spirit.
Look at how many boxes we were able to fill. Look how many meals we're going to be able to provide. We do take it for granted, but I think the Brazos Valley has a spirit about it, so it's so good at giving back to those in need.
In College Station, McKenna Rodriguez, News 3.
After the boxes were filled and loaded up, they were hand-delivered to families across the Brazos Valley. Well, taking a look at weather now, it's pretty picture-perfect fall day today. Eric Page giving us an update.
It really was. I mean, if you were out and about, sure, you know, you had a little bit of a light breeze on hand, but other than that, temperature-wise, you really couldn't ask for much better. We were sitting into the mid-60s here in Bryan and College Station officially, and really it was the low to mid-60s really all across the area is what we experienced this afternoon. But if you look just off towards the west, got a few low and mid-70s, we may see some of that warmer air trying to work our direction, especially as we head towards tomorrow. But here's a time lapse. You can see a few of these high-level clouds trying to drift on in throughout the day today, and then really it gave us just a very picturesque sunset. I think if you enjoyed tonight's, you'll enjoy tomorrow's as well, because we should have that same backdrop in place. You look a little further off towards the west, those are some of those high-level clouds that the upper-level jet stream is really trying to bring our direction, and I think they will build in as we head throughout the day on Sunday, but we've got more changes than just some cloud cover headed our direction. We'll talk about what your Thanksgiving week looks like coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Erica. Well, an East Texas Event Center is temporarily closed almost 2 months after an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease. Tyler city officials say Harvey Hall may be harboring the Legionella bacteria that contributed to the death of one person and sickened at least 7 others. City officials moved their Parks and Rec staff out of the building, saying continued unknowns create a public safety concern. The building will be cleaned and its plumbing and ventilation system will also receive attention.
We're doing what we have to do right now in order to make sure that for those who are using it in the future, that they are able to go in there with 100% trust.
The city manager said no additional reports of symptoms have been reported from anyone who attended events at Harvey Hall in the month after the outbreak was discovered. House Democrats are wrapping up 2 weeks of televised hearings into possible impeachment of the president. It's then up to the Judiciary Committee to decide whether or not to draft articles of impeachment. Here's Paula Reed with an update.
As House Democrats begin preparing a report on the impeachment inquiry, the president is trying to shift attention to his adversaries. This morning, the president tweeted that if there is a trial in the Senate, his political rival, Adam Schiff, will be compelled to testify. In an appearance on Fox News, the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, tried to divert attention by claiming the media is trying to protect the Bidens.
I expected the moment I heard Biden's name. Sure. I told my colleagues they're going to try to kill me because they're going to kill the messenger. But damn it, the mafia couldn't kill me.
Yesterday, also on Fox, the president defended his decision to keep Rudy on his legal team despite the fact that the former mayor is under federal investigation for his activities in Ukraine.
Rudy is a great crime fighter. Rudy is the best mayor in the history of New York City. Rudy Giuliani is a very legendary figure in our country.
Though Giuliani hinted at another reason the president won't let him go.
I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus. Right. When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff says he's open to holding more impeachment hearings, but does not want to slow down the whole process. One witness lawmakers may want to hear from is former National Security Advisor John Bolton. In a letter to lawmakers, Bolton's lawyer said his client was part of many meetings and conversations related to the House impeachment inquiry that have not yet been revealed. Bolton resurfaced on Twitter Friday with a cryptic tweet promising the backstory on his absence. But his attorney has said Bolton will only testify before lawmakers if a judge orders him to do so. Paula Reed, CBS News, the White House.
Coming up later in sports, highlights and post-game reactions from the Aggies after their battle in Athens.
And it was a beautiful weekend weather-wise. If you enjoyed those warmer temperatures, we've got a few more in store as we head into the upcoming week, but there's also some bigger changes that accompany that heat up. We'll get you into more details on that coming up after this.
Closed captioning on News 3 is sponsored by Brenham Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Shop us 24/7 at BrenhamHasIt.com.
It's all about people. It's all about home. Working together, loving our own. From country roads to our city streets, it's the neighbors we love and the new ones we meet. KBTX, the very best we can give. We're here where you need us, here where you live. See life the way that you choose. Oh, yeah. News 3, this is your news. KBTX, it's the time that we share. It's for you, it's for me. People who care, Brazos Valley, this is for you. News 3, this is your
News 3 weather from the Pinpoint Forecast team is sponsored by the Bank and Trust, local bank, local bankers. And now, local weather.
Just over an inch of rain so far for the month of November, and we've only got one more week left to really try and bring in some of those decent rainfall totals. And as far as the month goes, we're still sitting now close to about 1.5 inches under, where we should be for this time of year. Good news is we do have some rain chances in the forecast, though I wouldn't bank on getting a whole lot of rainfall totals out of Tuesday's rain chance. I really think if we're going to see some measurable rainfall, it will likely fall, unfortunately, during the time frame of Thursday as well as into your Friday. So at times throughout through Thanksgiving holiday, we may be talking about some rumbles of thunder as well as a little bit of that rain. But let's talk about that first cold front first. Here's your pinpoint forecast. It takes you through the day tomorrow, and you don't really see a whole lot popping up on your pinpoint forecast. It's because we just have a few of these high-level clouds trying to drift in from the west, bringing in just a little bit of cloud cover that will eventually thicken up as we head into your Monday afternoon and evening. Now let's work into your Tuesday, because this is the day, if we're going to see that better chance for rain materialize, I think it will be Tuesday. But notice it's largely across across our eastern counties. And then as we start to get throughout the rest of your day on Tuesday, most of those rain chances really sit down towards the south. It's where that better area of moisture sits. And I really think even though we're working in a little bit more Gulf moisture as we head into your Tuesday, it will feel sticky. I don't know if we have enough time to work in enough to make it materialize to a better rain chance as that cold front comes on through. Then we get a little bit of dry air back behind it, but don't get used to that comfortable feeling temperature into the mid-60s on your Wednesday. I really think as we head towards Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday, those temperatures rebound back up into the mid and upper 70s, and with it will come another round of some more of that Gulf moisture. So at times throughout this upcoming week, you're going to step outside and it's definitely going to feel a little bit more muggy in the air. But overall, temperature-wise, a lot of us are going to be sitting pretty mild into the low to mid and upper 70s. Here's the thing. By next weekend, we're watching for another area of low pressure to work its way our direction. For now, it's set to move a little bit further off towards the north, bringing with it some of those gusty winds, which we will tap into once we get towards Saturday as well as Sunday. But notice this temperature. As we head into your Saturday evening, we're sitting at 55 degrees. We'll take you through Sunday. You notice those temperatures didn't rebound too much. I really think by next weekend, once that next cold front comes through, it's going to give us another taste of some of that much colder air, much like what we've experienced for the beginning part of the month. But there's that area of low pressure bringing in some of those high-level clouds this evening. Overall, no huge impacts to our forecast. A lot of us sitting into the upper 40s, right around low 50s, and I expect that even though we may have a few high-level clouds on hand, our northern counties will dip down into the upper 30s, the rest of us into the lower 40s. So that's where you're going to begin your Sunday morning. Plenty of sunshine from start to finish. I do think we're back into the mid-60s by lunchtime, and then a lot of us trying to check in closer to about 70 degrees for your Sunday afternoon. So get out, enjoy some of that nicer weather that we have this week, because yes, we've got mild temperatures coming up for your Thanksgiving week, but it does come with some chances for rain and some breezy winds at times throughout the week.
A lot of up and down temperatures lately, warm and then cold, and just kind of seesaws back and forth.
It is. It's a little bit of everything for everyone.
Thank you very much, Erica. That's all the time we have for news and weather. Sports Saturday Extra coverage is up next. Stay with us. But first, a quick look outside from our Live Eye Network.